Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god, it's another pubcast. It's the what is it? It's the eighth one. So we'll call it the. We had the sexual. No, we had the erotic eighth. Wait, is it the eighth or is it the ninth?
No, it's the ninth.
Is
It's
it the ninth?
the
There's the sixth. There's the seventh. No, it's not. It is the eighth. It is
Oh
the
my
eighth.
god.
It's the erotic eighth episode.
Well, I can't top that. So let's just go with it. And let's start off with some eye sex. Yeah. You see this? This is me holding my eye open to put a contact lens in, but when I get close, it goes.
Yeah, you've been enjoying some contact lens delights today, ain't you? Also,
basically, ladies and gentlemen,
first episode of the podcast where lager actually features.
Wait, a landmark, ladies and gentlemen. I wake up in the morning, I get McGee, right? I have something to eat. Me and McGee go large. I come back home, right? Then sometimes I have something to eat, or maybe I've had something before, whatever. Something protein-based and not carb-based. Anyway, then I roll into the shack of dreams and carry on.
Do you go and do some CrossFit? Is that what you do? Protein-based, not carb-based. This is getting very technical.
Yeah, because basically, right, carbs fuck me up because they bloat me up, and I'm not going to go into massive graphic detail because it'll be really bad. It's to do with Crohn's, and if I avoid them, it's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I was thinking it was like a kind of bodybuilding thing.
I think it is something to do with bodybuilding as well, but not that's not why I'm doing it anyway. This morning, I've spent. In fact, I can tell you how long I've spent. One moment.
Well, I believe you did tweet, didn't you? You tweeted when you were first going to do it.
Well, no, because I was trying before that.
Oh, I see. I see that.
Yeah. Because I sent a text, you see, to my sister. I was like, how the fuck do I put these in my eye? That was after about 10 minutes. About 4 hours ago. Right? Basically. Jesus. But weirdly, my eye is not red. Like, it was really red as fuck. Like, I tweeted my picture of my eye, didn't I? Like an idiot.
Yeah.
After I'd been to Specsavers. Because what happened was, oh, fuck these contacts. It's a good job I've only got one. I don't have it in as well at the moment. It's here. It's in its little packet with its fucking juice, which when the juice runs out, the lens is no good, and I don't have replacement juice because it's a daily lens thing, so I have to bin it because it's too dry and it don't stick in my eye. But I sat the optician rammed one in my eye, yeah? Great. I've got it in my eye all gammy. I sit down, I pop it out my eye. Great. Put one back in my eye after about 30 minutes of trying to get it in, right? But I kept going, got it in. That made my eye really red and raw. But I got it in, Mr. Kirioth. Then I took it out. Then I put it back in. Then I took it out. Then they said, that's fine. You don't have to do it again. I was like, cool. Yesterday, I went down to collect my contact lenses, rolled in, like it, because that's how I walk through the front door. And I come in and I'm like, hello. I've come to collect my week trial, which actually is a 2-week trial, isn't it? Because I've only got one eye. But whatever, I've come to collect it. So they're giving them me. And their definition of a trial.
Why don't they give you enough for 2 weeks? It's still a 2-week
No, they did.
trial. Oh, okay.
No, they did. But their definition of a week is 5 days, bloke. They gave me 10 lenses.
That's helpful. Great.
Yeah.
So are you just blind over the weekend? Is that how that works for that trial?
Well, I don't know. I can't get it in my eye. So it's supposed to be, it's my prescription, yeah? And if I can get it in my eye, all's fine and fucking dandy, okay? In the shop, I'm like, cheers. And they went, have you done your teach? I said, the teach? They went, yes, we'll show you how to put it in your eye. I said, yeah. They went, okay, it's fine. If you've got any problems, give us a call. I leave the shop without paying anything. I've still not paid them for the test or anything.
How you got away with that. That's impressive.
Apparently, Specsavers is now free.
Not going to complain.
I get home, right? I was going to stream last night, but then I tried to put my fucking contact lenses in. I destroyed 2 pairs last night and thought, well, fuck it, because it's night, right? I'm going to get going to sleep anyway. It was getting to the point where it'd only been in my eye for like 3 hours. Fuck it. This morning I wake up with the mission, the goal, the plan, the dream. Put the contact lens in, the dream, right? It's that bad. I have tried to sellotape my eyelid open, which I know is not something I should be doing because I'm not going to be carrying sellotape around with me to gaffer tape my fucking eye open.
Now, gaffer tape would
lens
work.
in.
Gaffer tape works on anything. You could absolutely gaffer tape your eye open. I bet you any money.
I mean, I've been watching videos on YouTube. Look, that's how you do it, and you just put it in, and it's like, come on, baby. And then as soon as I get here, Can you see my eye going? It's because I can feel my eye. I can feel. I'm touching my eyelashes. I can't. They're too big. I can't get them out of the way. Can I cut my eyelashes? Is that a thing? Will I cut my
sure
eye?
you can.
That would be bad.
You can get eyelash crimping things for girls where they like turn their eyelashes up. Surely you could get one that's just got a little blade. Just go.
Oh yeah.
Like that.
I'll just walk into a shop and buy some eyelash cutters. No.
You've got two sisters. Come on, son. They could do it. Dispatch one of them. Say, here's some.
Dispatch one of them.
Here's some coin. Here's some coin. Go down Boots. Get me a thing to cut my eyelashes. Go on, off you go.
No, they must have one. Yeah, they must have. I think I've seen them devices before. What curl the eyelashes? Yeah, I don't think they cut. Maybe I could just curl it out of the way.
But then you'd end up with curled eyelashes, unless you could curl them the other way afterwards. So like,
apparently I've got luscious eyelashes anyway. It's the worst thing ever. This is, and it honestly, right? I'm getting really fucking angry at it. McGee's staring at me like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'm like, "McGee, I can't take you, McGee. I'm trying to fix my bastard eyes. I mean, I've got my glasses here. I don't want my glasses. I don't want them. Take them. Look at them. I don't want them.
It does help if they have both arms attached, I've found. That's generally an advantage for glasses.
So I'll try and do it live. Maybe the pressure, Mr. Kirioth, will make me get it in. Because you don't need a mirror. You don't need a mirror.
No, well, I mean, you can see where your finger is in relation to your eye, can't you? So, well, whilst you attempt that, I have my own contact lens story, which was
not you as well.
At the end of Hotfix. So, this is so like I'm in the same camp as you. I fucking hate my glasses. I've worn glasses nearly all my life. I had like a 3-year gap where I didn't need glasses somehow when I was a kid, where my eyes just magically recovered. But ever since then, it's just been a downward spiral. They've just been getting worse and worse. And now both prescriptions have changed. So my right eye has got better, but my left eye has got worse. I think that's the way around it is.
You see it? All right.
If you just do it and it works, I'll be amazed. Oh, he's going in.
I'll drop it.
He's going. It's tense. It's live. It's live and it's tense. It's live and it's tense. Oh. We're waiting. Has he achieved? Has he achieved? No? No, is it not in? Is it still on your finger? It's still on the finger. Oh, no.
It's like crushed though.
What the hell?
So I'm going to just put it away. It's going to be hours of entertainment.
Devastating.
Later.
Absolutely devastating.
I had ideas of amazing video recording for amazing series and all kinds of stuff. But now my life's just taken over by trying to put a contact lens in my eye. And I'm going to run out of them.
Yeah,
I've got 5 left, I think. I've destroyed 5 of them now. 2 and 3 today. Because I'm fairly sure what's happening is that the juice in the packet, when it's gone, it's dry. Because I've got it in my eye. Well, I got one of the other ones in my eye, but it wouldn't actually come off my finger. And I was like, what's going on here? It was like stuck on my finger. And then I realized it was like bone dry. And the videos I've been watching on YouTube, people are getting the contact lens and like dousing it in that juice and just ragging it in their eye. Because I called my sister. I was like, can I just put water in my eye? She's like, no, because water's got parasites in it and the parasites pour into your eye. I was like, what?
Hey, that's the first time I've heard that. So
I said,
if you
can't use water? She says no.
What if you get something in your eye and you use water to get it out? That's a thing. You can do that,
can't you? Contact lens, it's trapped behind the lens, the water is. It's like it's in there. And it stays in your eye.
Oh, right. So like the water just stays in your eye. It doesn't drain out. It's like trapped against your eye.
If you just spray water in your eye now and blink, you get it out there, you clean it out. Yeah. But it's like behind the lens in the eye.
That's rancid.
If you get these parasites that burrow into your eye and blind you. What? I don't know. I was like, okay. Because that's what I was. I was doing that. Yeah, but I was doing that last night because I ran out of the juice and I was like, it just must be water. I was just ramming water in there like, I'm just going for it. Oh my God. Anyway, what was your dilemma?
Well, I like you, I hate my glasses. I wanted to get rid of them. And also, I take them off when we do this stuff anyway, because people have said it doesn't bother them, but it annoys me because I can see the reflection of the monitor in my glasses, but I can see it on myself on the screen because I can see myself and I can see Sty. And so every time I see like the green square of the monitor in my glasses on the monitor itself, it distracts me and it annoys me. So I end up taking them off anyway. And I was like, well, I keep taking them off to look at the monitor, which is essentially what they're for, because I'm blind without them. Can I not just get contact lenses? And I need a new pair of glasses anyway. So I go in and I'm like, Mr. Specsaver Man, can you give me contact lenses. I do not want glasses anymore. And I did the eye test, and that was fine. It was like, okay, yeah, do this. They dumped a bit of dye in my eyes, apparently to see like the curvature of them. Apparently they get a bit of. It's something to do with measuring like how
it did it to me, and I was like,
it's weird. It's not nice. I've had it done before, but yeah, it was a bit off. And I was like, okay, so what do I need to do? And so they like, this is how you put the contact lens in. We need to make sure you can put them in and take them out. I'm like, okay, brilliant. Get the left one, stick it in my eye. Absolutely fine. Right one, stick it in my eye. Brilliant. Left one, take it out. Absolutely no problem. Straight out, straight out. Right one, same again. Get it out. Brilliant. All done. Now, okay, we need to see if we can do it again. So I'm like, okay. I try and put the contact lens in my eye. It does not go in my eye. Like, it refuses.
What is it with them not going in? I don't understand.
But I don't know what. I think because I kept putting my finger like right against my eye.
Yeah.
Like, I tried to do the right one, and I was like, my right eye is the worst eye. Like, it's really bad. It's the shape of a rugby ball at this point. It's not spherical at all. Like, it's really badly misshapen. And I was like, okay, no, it's fine. I can do it. It took me like an hour and a half, and I wasn't doing it. And they were just like, well, I mean, you can keep trying, but you may want to slow down. No, it's fine. I kept trying it. And something about the action of repeatedly bringing my finger up to my eye and taking it away. Firstly, my eye was irritated as fuck. So at one point, I was just streaming water down my eye.
I had a paper towel and I was holding it under my eye like this.
Yeah,
it was like
it wasn't even like the individual tears you get from crying. It was just a constant stream of liquid pouring out my eye. And I was like, then I started to get a pain here. And like, for me, I know what that means. If I get a pain there, that means I'm going to have a migraine, and I'm going to have a migraine like really quite soon. And I was like, okay, this is a problem, because I've been like, my finger's going in and out of focus of my really shit eye that gives me migraines anyway. And it's been doing it for like an hour and a half. And I was like, just trying to power through. I was like, no, I can do it. No, it's fine. No, it wrecked me. I got a pain there, and then it started to spread. And I was like, cat. I just looked at my wife and I was like, I think we may have to go. I looked at the optician, who was this woman that had, she'd done the eye test, and she was sort of hanging around and making sure everything was going all right. And I looked at her, and I don't know how many people who watch Unit Lost get these kind of migraines. I think they I don't know whether they're common or rare. I think they're probably quite rare. Half her face was striped. Like, that's the only way to describe it. It's like someone had put A4 lined paper across half of her face.
This happened to me in Lidl.
It was like grey and white, just like there.
I went to Lidl and this happened to me. But do you know why it happened to me? Because I'd overdosed on iron, right? Now, I thought I was dying, right? I was walking through Lidl up by you, right? And like a champ, just having a look at the deals. And I then just could not see. Like, this side was just gone. But then it sort of came back, and it was weird. It was like I was looking through a thing, and I was like, wow, what is going on here? And I'm at the till trying to pay for whatever I've got, and I'm just like, I can't. I'm just like, I get out of there, and I get back into my car. This was years ago when this happened. I sat down, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? Am I having like a stroke or something? Like, my eyesight was just going, and I was like, oh god. And it was that bad. I'm ringing like my parents up. I'm like, fucking hell, I'm going blind. And they're like, what's wrong with you? I said, I don't know. I just can't see out of my eye. And they're like, what? Anyway, I went to doctors after that, and the doctor's like, have you been taking anything? I said, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And a bit of smack. No, I've been taking iron tablets. I said, why? I said, because it was for Crohn's, basically. Yeah, because I had quite a bit of blood loss, so I read on the internet that if I take these, it might actually give energy back to me, because I felt a bit tired at the time. I said, how much have you been taking? I said the recommended amount, like I think it was like 2 a day or something of these things. And he's like, well, what do you eat? And I'm telling him what I'm eating, which is obviously like loads of meat and shit. And he's like, you've overdosed on it. So I'm like, right. He said, that's probably caused you to have a migraine. That's what you've experienced. Because I've never that's the only time this has ever happened to me in my life. Like, so I go back home armed with this new information. I go to Wikipedia, because I'm a Wikipedia doctor. And I'm like, what the hell? Yeah. And it turns out that if you overdose on iron, you can cause migraines. I was like, that must have been what happened. So maybe I've experienced that. If that is the case, I thought I was going to die.
Yeah, honestly,
I thought I was going to die.
The first time I got that, because it sounds weird, but quite often I get migraines like during the night, so I'll wake up. Like, it's stupid. I get migraines from two things. One of them is directly related to my vision, which is so terrible, and the other one is stress. And like the stress one is like I can't do anything about that. That's just like oftentimes you don't even know you're stressed, do you? It's just like, oh, I feel really shit. Why? Oh, well, apparently you're stressed. Okay, fine, fair enough. But like the first time I had a proper sort of brought on by kind of one of them, I think it was flashing lights the first time. I had like patches of vision that was just like it was like having artifacts on a JPEG but in your eyes. And I was like, that happened at the opticians, and I was like, we need to leave right now. And I just went, I'm about to have a migraine, my vision's gone, I just need to go. The optician just went, leave, just get out. They didn't ask for any money, they didn't ask me to pay for anything. They were just like, you go, give us a call when you feel better and sort it out.
Or yeah, like, fuck it.
No, I'm gonna go back because the thing is, I don't like wearing glasses, and there's no size of glasses that quite fit my head anyway, stupid though it sounds. These are a little bit too big. The size below are a little bit too small. So either they're really uncomfortable or they slip. Like if I'm out running with the dog, they slip all the fucking time. And I mean, what happens if you're wearing glasses and they slip up and down your nose all the time, you're pushing them up? The focus is changing through the lens, ain't it? Which is completely like, it makes them pointless. Not just because it like changes all the time because I keep pushing them back at my face, but also stuff like that gives me migraines. So wearing my glasses is liable to give me a migraine if I'm doing like exercise, if I'm out walking the dog, if I'm out running with the dog.
Well,
and not having them on is liable to give me like, I need like a middle ground. And contact lenses, once you just slap it in, it's there, ain't it? You don't have to keep adjusting it.
Well, this is the thing. I mean, Kiri's eyes are really bad, guys. I mean, mine are like nothing in comparison. I've got my right eye is basically fine. Right, it's slightly fucked, but only very slightly. If anyone, I mean, maybe you understand this, Mr. Kirioth, but this is my right eye prescription. It's plus 0.25, minus 0.50, and 80.
I think that, yeah, as far as I know, that's quite mild.
It's like nothing. Like honestly, to the point where I can just go like this, and in my opinion, I can just see everything okay. But when I open this eye, it goes a bit fucked because my right eye is minus 0.75, minus 0.25, minus 25, sorry, 110, which again is still a minor prescription, I'm told. But it gives me, obviously not migraines, but it gives me like a little headache when I don't. Like, I haven't got my glasses on now, and your head sort of feels a bit stuffy. It's like, if I put my glasses on, it's fine, but I just hate my fucking glasses, and I don't want them. And this contact lens. One contact lens will solve all my problems. It means that when I'm out on my bike and when I'm out doing whatever I'm doing, because I hate walking around anywhere with my glasses on, I will not wear them out of the house, basically, because I fucking hate them. Unless I'm driving, I just chuck them on the side as soon as I, park up the car, fuck them off.
Yeah.
I hate them. And I've got to work out this thing and fuck contact lenses. As soon as this is done, I'm off to go and contact lens the shit out of myself. And if it don't work, I'm just going to lose my fucking mind because I would have wrecked all of the demo ones and I'll have to get more. And then they're probably going to charge me a fuck.
But this is, I can't remember what my prescription is. I haven't got it on me now. I think it's still in Cat's handbag thinking about it. But like, for instance, I'm not very far away from my monitor. I'm like, I mean, not even a meter away from it. It's really not a big distance. If I put
I've got astigmatism in this eye as well. That's what you said.
Yeah, I've got
that was slightly rugby balled.
That's what I've got on my right eye, but it's really severe. If I close my left eye, you can see underneath there it says Stylosa at Lost Gaming. I know that because I've just seen it. I honestly, if I didn't know what that said before doing this, I wouldn't be able to read it. Like, it's so bad. The only thing in focus is this microphone, and by there, it's out of focus. Like, that's how bad my vision in my right eye is. It's like, it's so short-sighted. I might as well be like 80 years old. But it's only in this eye. My left eye...
And the glass is totally correct when you put them on.
Yeah, it corrects it completely. And I obviously need the glasses. But like, my left eye is fine. It's really stupid. It's like my left eye is slightly long-sighted. So it can't quite focus on things really close. But I can see, like, it kind of balances each other out when I haven't got my glasses on. But any longer than like 2 hours at a time, and my head's just ruined. I'm just like, well, I literally can't do anything for the rest of the day. If you've had a massive headache migraine before, it wipes you out just until it goes away. You just can't do.
Well, I was wiped out when that thing hit me in Lidl. And apparently that was one. Yeah, like I drove home with it happening as well, which I don't think was clever.
Christ. The worst thing,
I pulled over. I had to pull over because I was like, "This is just what the hell."
Yeah. Have you heard about cluster headaches? I thought I had it bad with migraines.
Yeah, no. I see a program on the telly about that where people just commit suicide.
Yeah. I cannot even imagine that. That is really bad. Like, how do you, I was going to say how to live with it, but some people obviously.
What games have you been playing then,
don't.
Mr. Kirioth?
I've actually played quite a bit recently. I've been playing Dishonored. I played a bit of Fallout New Vegas. I'll start with Dishonored because we both played.
Should we start with Should we start with Republic Commando? Because you watched the stream.
Yeah, go on. Yeah. That.
So, yeah. Republic Commando. I was told it's a great game, an old game, but a great game, right? 2005, I think it came out. So about 10 years old. Graphically, it's not very good, even for its time. I don't think, but I believe it was developed with the Xbox, the original Xbox, in mind.
Yeah.
That's why it looks a bit shit, I think. But it released on PC and Xbox. It was a Microsoft kind of platform-only release. I didn't expect it to be a squad-based shooter. I just thought you would be a guy running around shooting people as a Republic Commando. Basically the trooper from Star Wars, The Old Republic. Anyway, so yeah, it was fancy. Then I got a squad, and you can give the squad orders, very basic orders, but you can give them orders. Yeah, it's great. The game was pretty good, and I enjoyed my time playing it. I played it on hard, and it was kind of like how old games are hard, where you just get shot and you die, and the enemies are massive bullet sponges beyond all comprehension. So it really kind of made it a bit irritating. Didn't make it hard.
Occasionally, whilst I was watching it, I kind of. It was interesting because we talked about Destiny on a hotfix, and I kind of thought to myself, this game on hard, it seems to be like just what Destiny is all the time. Everything just took ages to die. Like what were they? The big super droid guys? I can't remember what they were called.
The super battle droids.
Yeah, the super battle droids. I watched you just unload into one of those over and over again, and it just stood there, and I was like, I know that's how it was done. Like, that was kind of the way of making things hard, but at the same time, it's kind of like, it's not very inventive, is it? It's like it's just a bit kind of taxing.
But it's just an old game, so it's like, well, whatever. I mean, it was fine until the end, which this is a spoiler, but I mean, I guess everyone's played it by now, apart from me. The end was just ended, and I didn't expect that, because I mean, you have to get guys onto gun turrets to shoot down like an Imperial. Well, no, it's whatever they're called. They're not Imperials. They're
it's the what is it?
Droid people.
Yeah, the trade. Is it the Trade
Coalition or Federation? That's it. Yeah. Trade Federation. You have to shoot this bloody big cruiser down by getting each one of your members of your squad to a big like Wookiee gun turret thing, and then you all shoot at it and blow it up. And it's okay.
I'm going to stop you there for a sec. We've got a slight TeamSpeak issue. Let me just have a quick look at it. No, Skype seems to be okay, but TeamSpeak is collapsing. We can switch over to Skype, actually.
Oh, TeamSpeak. Jesus Christ. Oh,
no. I broke the overlay because Skype moved.
It's kind of coming back, kind of. Yeah, I think it's coming back. Yeah, I think it's okay.
There it is. Okay.
So it wasn't Skype, but we blame Skype. Fuck you, Skype. Yeah, so you have to get your Wookiee guys onto... Not your Wookiee guys. You guys onto the Wookiee gun turrets to shoot down this Federation cruiser thing. But you're shown like General Grievous. You're shown all these characters.
Yeah.
And you think like surely you're going to be killing him at the end or something, or some like massive boss fight. As soon as you get on the turret and just start shooting at it, it blows up, and then that's it. And then you guys talk about, there's a full scale invasion going on. Yoda makes a token appearance and he's like, they're gone. The Clone Wars has, or some shit. And then that's it. It's like, well. But there were levels in the game that were actually quite good.
Yeah.
And then there were levels like the last level, which was the Wookiee level, which was really shit. I thought really bad. The one where you have to like go onto the ship and find out what's gone on with the slavers was pretty good. I'm sure I heard somebody talk about space combat at one point. I didn't have any space combat, so maybe I just made that up. I don't know. But I was kind of looking forward to that.
Yeah.
The first mission was quite good, because it's the Geonosis battle from Clone Wars. Is it Attack of the Clones or something like that?
Yeah.
Which is quite a good battle scene, even for the old shitty prequels for Star Wars. But yeah, to use Mr. Kirioth's phrase, interestingly, all in all, it was. I thought it was good. You could tell it was aged. It was worth playing through. I did get enjoyment out of it, but it ended really shit. And I just was like, that can't be the end. But then
that
it was.
Ending to me was
very
literally
abrupt. It was just like, boop, end.
Yeah,
Bye.
it was. We had intended to make a sequel. we never got the sequel. That's what that ending was to me.
Yeah.
It clearly expected to essentially leave you wanting to play the second game, and then it would begin straight where you left off, and it would be like, oh, awesome, I can do this now. Except you, as far as I know, you never got to do that because it just didn't get that second installment, did it? As far as I know.
Well, there was extra content which I couldn't actually access because I'd changed the INI file to play at 1080p. Maybe that was a mission or something. I don't know. But
it kind of looked to be like video content. From
I think so.
What it seemed in the menu, but like that kind of thing is, I can appreciate when like devs want to tell a larger story than they can in a single game, and they want to, give you an incentive for playing the next one. I mean, it's not the best way to finish a game on that kind of cliffhanger, but you can kind of understand why they do it until you don't get to play that next part. Like if there'd been a sequel, then that ending would have been like, at the time, it would have been, oh man, this sucks.
Well, yeah,
what the hell
it
is
ends.
this?
Well, it just abruptly ends, but it does show you an invasion starting.
Yeah,
and you're in like one of the gunships, and Yoda's telling you about it. All your crew's around you, and you're about to go on a mission again, but then it's gone.
Yeah, and then if you could start the next game and be like straight in, it'd be looked back on as like, well, the ending wasn't great, but then we got to do this in the next game, and it led up to it, and it was like. It was that perfect drop into the action. Fortunately, if you don't get the second game, what you get instead is just a really terrible ending. There needs to be kind of a middle ground, doesn't there?
I mean, it was okay, right? I enjoyed it, and it was a good game. You got to obviously take into account it's a dated game and all of that.
Yeah.
But when I was told I should play Spec Ops: The Line, I thought that was a dire game. I knew the gameplay was bad or even dated for the year that was released in. But I was expecting so much more from that because of all the stuff I'd read about it having this amazing story. And it really didn't, in my opinion. It was just a bit shit and a bit cliched and it was almost laughable at points. And I just was like, this isn't very good. But on the other hand, Republic Commando was worth playing until it just suddenly ended. And I was like, wow, I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
So yeah, Republic Commando. That was
it's like a surprise
not the first
ending,
thing I played this week, but
not in
one
a good
of
way.
the games I played. Yeah, just like, go away now. Game's done.
Yeah. Well, I picked up Dishonored in the Steam summer sale, and having seen you play a bit of it, during my holiday, I was like,
Have you played the DLC?
No, I haven't played DLC.
That.
I was like, I want to play this game because it looks really interesting. I've discovered, I mean, Dishonored. I mean, you've talked about it quite a bit, and there's obviously the stream VOD on the Twitch channel if you want to watch that as well. But I like the game. I really do like the game. It's fun. It's interesting. It's interesting. The combat actually is okay. I didn't like it to start with, but I've kind of grown to like it a bit more. If you take into account that you're not really meant to be killing people as such, you're distinctly rewarded for not butchering everybody you come across in a massive fight. So the combat feeling a bit simplistic I'm kind of okay with that because that's not really what the game's about. The only problem is that I've learned I'm terrible at stealth games. Like, I'm really bad. I was trying so hard to not kill people because I already know that there's like different endings depending on the chaos level.
Well, the game's harder if you kill people as well because you get more rats and you get more of the dead guys that come, like the zombie guys.
Yeah, and I was like, I want to play this properly. I don't know what it is, but I get partway through a level and I don't get detected by anybody, and then I do something daft. Like, I'll make a stupid mistake that draws the attention of the guards, or I'll do something where I'm like, okay, put that guy to sleep, using the wrong crossbow bolts. So you go to sleep and instead you just shoot the guy, and it's like, every time I killed someone, I kind of felt like, that's irritating. It doesn't matter now, I've killed someone. And from that point on, I would just lose it, and I would just end up like murdering people, not because I particularly wanted to murder them, but because I had a choice of either I try and pull it back and go sneaky all the way through, and you take the long route or jump from place to place with your crazy teleportation spell thing. Or alternatively, I could do that up until this point where there's only 4 guards left, and then I'll just kill them and end the level. And I found myself doing that so often. And I do daft things, like... should just get a monocle. One of the things that I kind of like thought... I thought I was being clever.
I'm listening. I'm testing my eyes.
I put a guard to sleep. And then I wanted to move his body. I picked him up. I turned round. It's worth noting, we're on a bridge at this point. I turned round, and instead of putting him behind the crate where I meant to put him, I just threw him off the fucking bridge.
So surely that would break his neck, bloke, and kill him dead.
Yeah, I killed him. So I went to all the effort of wasting one of the sleeping bolts. The thing is,
have you got
really
the see-through wall shit where you can see the enemies, right?
Yeah.
Basically, this is what puts me off playing that game stealth, right? Because it isn't. When I was streaming it, I said I'm not going to use that because that is shit. I hate stuff like that where I can see everybody and I can see where they're looking, and it's like all you would do is just turn this on constantly, and you just watch the movement of people, and then slowly move yourself around. And it's like
cheap as well.
I said on the stream, I'm not using this, but I tried to play it stealthy without using that. But obviously, you go into a room and somebody would see you because there's no other way of seeing them without using that crazy, vision stuff.
Yeah.
So then I'd react, and I said, the way I play these games, it's the way I play like Deus Ex and games like that. I play it intending to be stealthy, but if something goes wrong, then I react to the situation, and I do not load the game back in just because I've killed somebody I didn't mean to kill, because that is what has happened naturally. That if I've run around the corner and two guys have rushed me, and I'm quickly trying to pick a weapon, whatever weapon I've got, and I've shot them with, that's what would happen in a real situation. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, okay, that's fine, carry on. So I've never really been too bothered about like not going full stealth or just being a bloodbath murderer guy.
Yeah,
I'm always like middle.
I kind of feel like I want to be full stealth, but I don't think I'm. I think I'm kind of similar to you. It's like if it happens, then I'm not going to go back and try and correct it by loading an old save. I don't like doing that because it kind of spoils the, I guess, like the organic nature of the game.
Well, it's save scumming, eh? Just fucking reloading in, or
I mean, in Origins, the first time I played Origins through.
Dragon
Age. Dragon Age Origins. I totally fucked myself in my first game, my first playthrough of that. I had to start a new character because I was ruined. I was in a position where I literally could not win because I can't remember which. I know it was Wynn and Alistair. And you get the ashes of Andraste, and you can put. I can't remember whose blood it is, but you can pour blood onto the ashes in like this crazy cult shrine.
In that ice cave, isn't it? Like a massive,
And I did that because I was like, this guy was like, I'll teach you like the most amazing magic and shit. And I was like, deal, sorted. Yeah, I'll do that. I put the blood in the ashes, and it was Alistair and Wynn turned on me and not Morgana. You know which one? The daughter of Janeway. That's the only way I can remember it.
Yeah, it is Morgana.
Is it Morgana? Yeah. And they turned on me and Morgana. She was like, I don't think you should do this, but but she was just like, okay, well, you've done it. That's it. Alistair and Wynn were like, no, fuck you. This is bullshit. That's like heretical. That's treason. You can't do that. That's the ashes. What are you doing? That's corrupted blood. Started attacking us. So I had to kill them. And I did. In fairness, I killed them dead. They were gone. Like they were wiped out. You walk out of they walk out of the cave. First thing that happens is a solemn great dragon lands on you and beats the shit out of you. The second playthrough, because I was playing it on the hardest difficulty because, well, how else are you supposed to play it? That fight is actually quite hard, even with 4 group members. With 2 group members, neither of which can heal and neither of which can tank, you've literally lost the game. There is nothing I could do. I couldn't beat it. Every time I tried, I just got killed. And I wasn't going to reload the save before that because I did save before I did it. But I was like, no, that's where that is where my character's story ends. She made a stupid decision. She got fucked over by half her team because they didn't agree with it, and she's paid the price. She's dead now because she poured the corrupted blood onto the ashes and she got murdered by a dragon in Dragon Age. That's fitting. And I was just like, after a couple of attempts, I just went.
It's that's an interesting thing, that is, because like the way players play characters in games, you've either got like you play it as if it's yourself, and I think those people who play a game as if it's them, they do the save scumming thing. It's like, no, I would not have failed here. I'm coming back, and they keep doing it like that. Then you've got other people who are like, I play the character. When you played Warcraft, did you play as yourself or as the character?
Oh, it was always the character.
It was the character.
Yeah.
When you've just explained yourself playing as the character with Dragon Age Origins. For me, I'm a bit of both. It depends what I'm doing. Like sometimes I can be like, I get a bit competitive. I'm like, no, I'm not having this. I'm gonna fucking fix it, and I will not cheat, but maybe I would be a bit scummy sometimes with saves. But on the other hand, I've played games like World of Warcraft and even EverQuest and stuff like that, where I've played as a character, and it's almost like this disconnect. It isn't me. I'm controlling it, but that's the character. And if that things happen to the character, that's fine.
I kind of feel like I I just kind of fell into that with like RPGs, especially because for me, it's like
Well,
I'm
Witcher
not.
3, you know what? I'm not playing that as me. I'm playing that as Geralt of Rivia.
Yeah, yeah,
I think it's easy to play that game as him because it's all of his own dialogue and everything. But like he's an arsewipe, so it's funny to play as him. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. And I like that kind of. In fact, it was not. We talked about Chaos Rising, where you had the
Yeah,
like the
yeah. Where you could be corrupted.
you
Yeah,
could be corrupted. I played as that character, but at the same time, I was like, I like things like that where you can kind of influence the character's traits by yourself. Like you can kind of alter what they do. About one of the things I really liked about Mass Effect 2 was after the reconstruction of Shepard. I always play as female characters for some reason, but in that my female Shepard was full on like she had cracks all over her face and they were like glowing because I was just like, I'm sorry, but Shepard has been killed, brought back to life, literally stitched back together from like molecules or whatever, and has been told, oh, by the way, Reaper's coming, you better go and sort it out. You are not going to have time for bullshit. Like, you're not just going to go around being as nice as possible to everyone, going and doing every single little thing that everyone asks you. It is literally either you do this or everyone dies. You're not going to be like, oh, well, I better make sure that that person in particular survives this mission. You'd be like, sorry, mate, we're gonna have to go.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
dead. You just would, and that's how I played the character because in my Mass Effect 2, Shepard was not he was not having any bullshit. Essentially, like one of the things that I always cite as a good example of that is where the reporter talks to you and you got the option to just deck them. I
Yeah,
did
you
that.
can chin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, no, fuck you. Who are you? I'm trying to save the fucking galaxy, and you're giving me grief. No, deck them, walk off. And I I just feel like that's the best. I mean, personally, that's the best way to play RPGs. Like, really play the character because you don't get an
Well,
opportunity to do that in a lot of
RPGs are
stuff.
very personal games, I'd say. I mean, more personal than any other genre because if you look at like, I like playing, guess FPS games and stuff. You know, if I sit
Yeah,
down and play whatever Counter Strike something, I'm not. That is me against everybody else. It is a multiplayer game. I'm going to win. Like I'm trying to win it. It's not just my guy. There is no character there. It's me. It's you playing the game.
yeah,
RPGs, there is a character in some games. Well, I guess like maybe in Half Life, you do feel like you're not really playing Gordon Freeman because he doesn't really do anything.
yeah,
And people talk to him, so it's kind of like, okay, Gordon, but he doesn't. He never talks back. You know, Witcher 3. I know that's not an RPG; it's an FPS game. You know, but I'm just trying to make a connection with the way the story's told.
yeah,
Witcher 3 and Mass Effect and Dragon Age Origins and games like that, the characters are all like alive. So I think it's easier to play as a character
yeah,
instead as yourself. Whereas MMOs, a little bit different again, because obviously your character doesn't really talk, but you are kind of controlling the life of another character in a living world in MMO. So I think
yeah,
that's why for me it was always like, because well, like you said, you used to play female characters pretty exclusively. Well, me, I did generally play male characters, but I had female characters. I had a female mage, didn't I? I
yes,
had a female orc warrior, I think,
yeah,
at
yeah,
one point. So I've had female characters. It's like even when I play RPGs on my own, sometimes be a female character. It just doesn't matter. I don't even know what the
I
decision
kind
making
of,
process is. It's just like, well, I'll try as this.
I kind of wonder whether part of the whole thing of playing female characters pretty much exclusively, which I think I've always done. I cannot think of an RPG where or in fact, an MMO where I've kind of loaded up and immediately gone, yeah, I want to be male. I wonder if it's part of that is like the disconnect because I can't really play a female character as me because I'm not female. Like that's not.
I
I
guess that's right, because well, when I make a character, it's not in my image, but it would be like a character may have some of my traits. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
Kind of. So obviously, it wouldn't be a female. That would be the way I'd think. But I have, like I said, I have played female characters, so it's weird.
yeah,
It's weird. If like I think it's something that does take a lot of thinking before you can give like a really coherent argument or answer to it. Because it's weird. Because it's just choice, isn't it? It's just like A or B. A. Why? No, we just fancy it. Well, that ain't an
yeah,
answer.
yeah.
Anyway, was that your go?
Yep.
Yeah, you were Dishonored. Well, I played Xenonauts actually on Sub Sunday on the stream, which I'm going to play again next week.
Yeah.
Because like Twitch subscribers can be members of my team provided they pass my totally ridiculous job interview, which is basically I give them a stupid question or like an interview question and they've got to answer. Whoever answers it the best, basically makes me laugh, gets the job, and then dies on the next mission. It's been a while since I played Xenonauts. In fact, the last time I played it would have been the last time I made a video on the channel. which probably about a year ago, because I did do a Let's Play of Xenonauts, and then I did another one because I failed. Because I made the mistake of just straight up playing the game and recording it without actually playing it. So it's a very hardcore game. Make a wrong decision.
11 months ago, it looks like.
Yeah.
So quite a while ago.
About a year ago, yeah.
But
no,
hang on. Yeah, no, yeah, it is. It's 11 months ago.
The first one I played, though, I hadn't played the game before. And like I said, it's quite a hardcore game. You make some decisions that are not correct. You suffer, and you suffer bad. It's kind of like XCOM. If you lose your A team, you suffer bad. Xenonauts is a bit different because you don't really have an A team. You have 3 A teams, or you should have. Like loads of teams, and you've got multiple bases around the planet. It's more like traditional XCOM than XCOM, the remake. But yeah, like from playing it on last Sunday, I really enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. Like I really enjoyed it because I was playing it on Veteran, which is one difficulty level below insane. I mean, insane stupid because you'll die when your soldiers get a hit, and it's like, come on, you need to be able to get a hit once. I was playing it stupidly because it was on the stream, so I was being a bit more risky, like retarded. I mean, there's Kiri the Twat is one of the members because he got voted in, and he just runs around with a shotgun.
I wasn't even there for that.
No, I know, but the chap demanded that you became a member.
Fair enough.
But he just runs around with a shotgun and just murders aliens at point blank range, which is funny because that's what I'd imagine Mr. Kirioth would do. But it's also completely retarded because what you should do. It has been working so far, but it's more just, you might be dead. I'm not sure, you might be dead. There was a bad mission at the end of the stream, and there was a lot of deaths. But really, the assault class, you should just give them a combat shield and a pistol, and that's it. They're not going to kill anyone because they're scouts. They literally run out, find scouts, and they hide behind the shield. That's what you should be doing with them. Obviously, me, I'm running around with a fucking shotgun with a 12 gauge, just pumping aliens in the mouth, which is stupid because it's on Veteran, And like I said, I think Kiri might have died. Some other members as well died who were glorious assault characters. But it's a super hardcore game. If you like XCOM, you haven't played Xenonauts, and you think XCOM is too easy, which it kind of is. Maybe you've played the Long War mod and you think that's how the game should be, then you should play Xenonauts because it's way more complex than XCOM. Like I said, I really enjoyed it, and I know a lot of people who had watched the stream were tweeting to me saying, "Wow, I've been playing this. I'm really enjoying it. I didn't even know this was a thing." And I guess that's kind of it. If you are a fan of XCOM, you should get this game. It's probably cheap now. I think it was a Kickstarted game.
Yeah, I think it was.
But yeah, it's brutal. If you make a mistake, you will pay, and you will pay dearly. And it is like we said earlier on, you will die. And then what do you do then? Do you save scum it? Do you load it back in? Well, if you're playing an Iron Man, you can't do that. Yeah. But if you're not, then maybe you might do because you've put so much time into building everything up. You really don't want to start again because it's the way it kind of ends up playing out is this is from when I haven't actually completed the game, but I've got to a point where I would win, and I've just stopped playing it. You need to dominate the skies. Like you need to have the best interceptors available because the aliens will keep coming. Because you have a base and you've got a radar around the base. You can build more radars to increase the range of the base, yeah? And what you want to do is get as much coverage on the landmass of the globe, yeah? So you want a base in North Africa, one in like Mexico, so it covers North and South America, right. Like one in Australia, one in like China maybe, and Russia. And so you sort of cover everywhere, yeah? And like one kind of in Europe somewhere. So you've got like bases everywhere. You see all UFOs that are coming in. As soon as UFOs come in, you intercept them with fighters, yeah? You have to shoot them down. You know on XCOM where you intercepted the UFO, but it was only ever one UFO, wasn't it? This, like, there could be loads going around, yeah? You intercept them, you take them out, and then, if it's over land, there'll be a crash site, and you can deploy the troops to the crash site. But you don't have to. You can airstrike the crash site and blow it away.
So you don't actually have to, engage the crash sites if you don't need to or want to. You can just...
No, but you do need troops. Because obviously to complete the game, you have to go on to kill the aliens. You've got to send troops in to like wreck the alien base. You can't just airstrike the base. So you need your troops to be upgraded. So what happens is, if you're playing it kind of properly, at the start of the game, properly even, you would go on some missions, but then you would just start airstriking the sites because it's not worth going on every mission because it's not worth the risk. Because at this point, you haven't got armor upgrades for your guys, and it could be one really cheap shot takes out your best guy. And it's like, uh-oh. So you'd be really careful the first couple of missions. Then you resort to airstriking. Then you get another base. And in fact, when I got the furthest I ever got in the game, which I said like I probably would have ended up completing it, I only had an XCOM response team at my main base. I had no troops everywhere else. Every other base was just an air interception place, basically. As soon as the aliens come in, because first they're coming in small craft, then they're coming in scouts, then you might see the odd fighter, and then you'll see them in formations then. And then you start getting massive ships that like Independence Day ships that bomb cities. They start coming
ramps up the intensity of the
air, yeah. And if you don't stop the air, then cities start getting terrorized, and you get terror attacks on cities, and they are like an insanely difficult mission to do, like really difficult. You have to deploy your best troops. If you can't stop the terror mission happening, you're going to suffer massive casualties on the mission, even if it's your best guys who go in, like playing on the harder difficulties. Like you're going to lose half your team, probably even most of your team. So you've got to stop the terror mission happening. So that means you've got to intercept the formations that are flying around, which are going to hit cities. So you need the best fighters. So if you've put all your money into your fighters and all your research, you should be able to take them out before they get there. If you haven't, then
yeah, I mean, I have to admit, I played the Long War mod for XCOM, and I found that really difficult. I suspect I would not be good at Xenonauts at all.
You need to take your time with it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna sneeze. Yeah, you need to take your time.
I think I managed to catch that on the old audio controls there. So,
oh my god,
done. Yeah, I kind of Xenonauts is one of those games where I've seen you play it, and I've seen people talk about it on Twitter, and I kind of occasionally think to myself I should give it a go. But as I say, I was terrible at the Long War mod for XCOM, and if it's harder than that, then
yeah, it is.
I don't know if I would even get very far at all.
Long War isn't bad. Like Long War, it's the difficulty in Long War kind of just lie in the RNG, where you guys just get killed for no reason, and it's like, oh my god. I know research takes much longer and stuff like that, but with Xenonauts, you are like in charge of multiple bases and everything, and if you don't do it right, you're gonna suffer. I mean, if you play it on easy, then you can kind of get away with bits and pieces. It's a very logical game. Like when your troops are deployed on the ground, you should move them very carefully, because you've got time units, yeah? And you can put time units on reserve. So these are like your action points. So you can reserve, say, for snapshots. So that means that if they sight an alien on the alien move, they will take a snapshot, which is the lowest aim, like quick fire shot. But at least they'll do it. Or you could maybe reserve for a normal shot or an aimed shot, which is like the best shot. But the way you guys face plays a massive part in the game. So when you move your guys around, if everyone's facing forward but an alien's behind you, you can't see the alien. It just shoot you in the back.
Yeah.
So that's a flanking bonus as well. You're going to die.
Yeah, yeah.
So you have to like keep changing the way you guys face. You have to make them crouch. You can hit your own guys as well, firing through them. If your guy's standing up in front and you've got a guy behind, you'll shoot your guy in the back and kill him. We don't want to do that. It's very hardcore. It's great if you're into that kind of hardcore game. Yeah. But like I said, if you're very logical about it and very methodical, and you take your time and you move slowly and you make sure all areas are covered and you react to threats as you should, or when you go to breach an alien ship, you're throwing in smoke and flashbangs and stun grenades and things like that, you'll be fine. But if you don't
do that, then you're in trouble straight away.
And even by when you do that, you can still get caught out by the odd alien.
Yeah,
because it only takes one. I guess it is fairly realistic in that sense. I mean, if you think about modern military, if there's a couple of guys and one enemy geezer standing behind you, well, he can just shoot you in the back and kill like half your team, couldn't he? And that can happen, Whereas like in XCOM, the remake, not really.
It's not really that hardcore at all, is it?
No.
Well, on a slightly different, I guess, on a similar tactical theme, but totally different game, I downloaded the Elite mod for Dawn of War 2 Retribution, which I had an update, was it a couple of weeks ago, I think? And I've played a couple of games online with that, and it's kind of reignited.
Fucking wrecked.
Surprisingly, I got wrecked once. Out of 3 games, I've won 2, and I got completely fucking demolished once.
Who was you playing as?
Like Space Marines.
Which game of that? Yeah, Space Marines
every time. I mean, I was better. Chaos Space Marines and Space Marines were the 2 that I played pretty much all the time during Dawn of War 2 and Retribution. And so I picked those up again. The one that wrecked me, funnily enough, was a Grey Knights player. He absolutely demolished me. I don't even understand how that race works, because it technically comes under Space Marines. It's like another HQ choice for Space Marines, but they're all new units. Like they've got completely different stats. They've been completely reworked. They've got like Terminators and Paladins as tier 3 units. It's really good. Like, it is really good, and it kind of adds stuff out of the tabletop that I'd like to see in things like Dawn of War 3. But the thing that gets me is that the balance does feel a lot different. Like, it feels like a different game to Dawn of War 2 Retribution, because they've tweaked everything. Like, everything has been tweaked to kind of make it a bit more, I guess, balanced just as a whole. Like, there doesn't seem to be any just like crap tier race anymore. I mean, Eldar were previously the best, just by far, because they were so quick and they had powerful weapons. They had the shield.
Well, I mean, Eldar in Dawn of War 2 would be the Banshees would counter everything Marines had at the start of the game.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you would lose because all they would do is spam Banshees out and come at you and you'd die.
And Assault Marines were totally worthless in Dawn of War 2. There was no point buying them, because although they could get into close combat, they had exactly the same close combat stats as a tactical squad, which just means you're paying a premium for them being able to jump, but then be no more effective in combat. It's like, there is a reason you never saw them being used, and it's because they were totally crap. Scouts with camo and shotguns, I remember that being a huge problem in Dawn of War 2.
Yeah,
not so much
spam them out,
but Dawn of War 2 was really bad for that, because, they go invisible.
They had the knockback, didn't they?
Yeah, every shot knocked you back. So you could try and get tactical Marines out as a Space Marine player, but the Scouts would just wipe them out.
It was like Imperial Guard as well, with the grenade launchers, and the Chaos guys had grenade launchers as well, I think.
God, yeah. I mean,
and they just keep knocking everyone back, and it's just like...
That was a problem in Retribution as well. I mean, I have to admit, when we first started playing that online, I did abuse that a little bit, but as soon as I realised that it was like, there's actually really nothing they can do about this. This is really shit. I essentially stopped using it just because I didn't like the fact that there was no counter to it.
Imperial Guard was slightly dodgy as well, because they, the Sentinel, you could just keep repairing that with your Guardsman and just send it around. Early game, it was very dominant. That was because it had massive range. You just like poking away at everyone. It was fucking stupid.
If I remember correctly, all the Guardsman squads were capable of repairing vehicles, whereas like for Chaos and Space Marines especially, only Scouts or Cultists could repair. Tactical squads couldn't. Except
I think the Tech Marine could as well.
Yeah, but they come a point where it'd be like, Imperial Guard are full of normal troops. That's what Imperial Guard are. So they always had that option of being able to repair when other races didn't. Elite, though, it does make it feel like a much better balanced game. That I haven't so far. I mean, out of the 3 games, I played 3 different races for a start, which is already slightly better than Retribution.
What races have they got in there? Because when I played this, it was some time ago. And they only really had Grey Knights that were new.
Well, it's still only really Grey Knights, but they constantly tweak everything. Like, they constantly rebalance. The ones I faced were Orc, Eldar, and Grey Knights. As I say, the Grey Knights player just demolished me completely. He wrecked me. I think it was maybe...
Was it fast to find a game?
Yeah. It's got quite a big community. There's a lot of people on there. There's no matchmaking.
How does it work, the online for it? Is it just through
It's just custom game lobby. And when I went on, because it was... I had 2 games one night and 1 game the other. And about 6, 7 o'clock, there's a big number of people online for that. Like, it redirects so that you can only see other Elite games.
Yeah.
And... there was a big long list, and it was everything ranged from 1v1 to 6v6, and 6v6 games looked to be really popular. I saw quite a few I think it was maybe 5 or 6 games disappear out of the list after only just appearing because they were full and they'd gone into play. But I don't know. I always liked Retribution anyway. It had its balance issues. It was a bit, some races were a bit overpowered in some respects, and Relic didn't do that much to fix it. But they seem to be doing a really good job with Elite, and like the flavour of the game is better as well now, thanks to them. Like, if you can hear that, by the way, I don't know whether you'll be able to hear it, but that's my dog dreaming, so just ignore the little whimpering noises coming from the right of me. The Space Marines, there's only like odd little changes, but the fact that you've got Vanguard and Stern Guard veterans for the Space Marines, I really like that, because Stern Guard veterans even give you... It's like a really adaptable tactical squad. Like, I mean, tac squads are, they're fairly, master of all trades, not sorry, jack of all trades, master of none kind of thing. You can kit them out to deal with units in cover with the flamethrower. You can give them, the rocket launcher or the plasma gun. You can kind of have it so that they're good for light armor, medium or heavy. The Stone Guard veterans though are really like I really like that unit because you switch out ammo on the fly to deal
like
damage to
Kraken
different
bolts
things.
and all that shit.
Yeah. So if you're in a situation where you're dealing with a lot of heavy armor targets,
Have they got the ignore fucking cover poison round?
Yeah. They have.
That's bullshit.
It's like the equivalent of the flame. But the thing is that it's very easy for them to get bogged down. Like that, I don't know whether they do less damage in close combat than a normal tactical squad, but they can get bogged down quite easily. Because I found I was with the orc player I was fighting. He managed to get boys in against me against the Stone Guard squad, and I literally just had to run them away. There was nothing I could do to free them up at all. They just had to flee. There was nothing that they could do to stop it.
Get Razorbacks in this.
Yeah,
Rhinos. Sorry,
you get
the same
Razorback.
Rhino armor type changed from super heavy infantry to heavy infantry. I'm reading the update notes for it. This is on the Grey Knights. It says, but Rhino. It says so. You get a full on.
I think the Rhinos for Grey Knights, and I think Razorback is Space Marines.
Like how it is.
Because you get the
but it was like
Land Raider. Yeah, you get the Land Raider Crusader for Grey Knights and the Redeemer for normal Space Marines. Chaos get a Land Raider now as well, which is good. They didn't do that before, as far as I remember. No, because they got the Great Unclean one, but they didn't get the Land Raider. They got the Predator and the other thing for the Tier 3. It just feels like a better balanced game. Like it doesn't feel like there's any one unit that's like a catch-all win against everything. The Eldar player did throw a couple of, well, I say a couple, it was only a squad of Howling Banshees at me. They die at range now. They didn't die at range before, and that was their big issue. Yeah. Their big issue is the fact they could just run up to you like
they'd scream really as well. Quick. They had a debuff which would fuck your attack as well. The Banshee scream, and then they just kill you.
They've still got the debuff, but before they could pretty much just, unless you could suppress them, you were fucked. Like that was it. You just couldn't stop them, which was really crap. They do not have the same survivability against long range attacks that they did before. Like they might get you eventually, but they're going to take losses unless you are actively distracted from them first. And it's just lots of little tweaks that are making it really enjoyable. And I get the feeling I'm probably going to be playing it again fairly soon, just because, as I say, it's made the flavour of the game a bit better, and it's made the balance better as well. And the addition of things like Stern Guard and Vanguard veterans is good for me as a Space Marine player, but it makes me want to play the other races. Like I want to play again so I can have a look and see what have they done differently with orcs. I want to know what they've done for that.
Well, I'm seeing like Dire Avengers and stuff like that listed for Eldar, and I mean none of that was in Dawn of War 2. So
yeah, and the custom models they've got are actually really well done as well.
I was going to say I'm going to give them that. Shit.
The Grey Knight models actually look pretty damn good, although the poor Grey Knight commander is so damn slow. I mean, it's fair enough. He's in massive Terminator armor, and when he gets into close combat, he's just an absolute animal. But he's like the Orc War Boss. He takes forever to get anywhere. He's just like, you can hear him like stamping around the map, walking through cover. But if you can literally just take a normal attack squad and walk away from him, he will never ever catch them. It's like you kind of have to. I don't know whether he's got a teleport upgrade or not. I suspect he probably would have. I didn't see it in the game against a Grey Knights player because he demolished me too quickly before we even got to that stage. But yeah, it's really enjoyable. It's definitely worth having a look at. We'll have to play it. I think we should play a couple of games online, against other people, see what happens. Because it's definitely worth it. It's definitely worth the download.
I played Rocket League.
I've been seeing a lot about that recently.
Yeah, so this has been something which has been fucking like every massive streamer has had access to this for fucking months and all of that kind of shit. Which has obviously drummed up like a shitload of interest in the game, like. But it's actually a fun game. I think that's kind of what it is. I mean, it makes sense that whatever advertising campaign they had going for, to drum up all the interest in the game.
Yeah.
The target streams is good because it is definitely one of those games where crazy things will happen. I mean, in the video I recorded for the channel, I saved a shot on the goal, and it was like a crazy save. Like I jumped and spun and fucking boosted and knocked the ball away from the goal as it was about to come in. And it's like, whoa. I mean, all it is like five-a-side football with a car in a cage. I mean, I'm going to say everyone's played that, but I've played that. Cage football there used to be, like, I mean, there used to be a place by you which was like a massive caged area, and there was like loads of football, like on that shopping centre.
Yeah.
By Matalan, I think it was.
Yeah. I know what you
Might
mean.
be where that was, yeah. But it's popular five-a-side football because it's fast. You know, it's on a small pitch, loads of goals scored, and that's all this is, but with cars. So it appeals to people who are not sports fans, basically, and it is fun. I thought it was really quite fun. There isn't much substance to the game, if I'm honest, because it's just cars driving around, ramming a ball all over the place. But in the sense of like streamers playing the game and YouTubers and whatever, you're going to see videos that look like, wow, this is great, because they're having a lot of fun. For you to have that fun on your own, you're not going to.
Yeah, it's like the GTA 5 online.
If you're just going to sit there and play the game on your own with no friends that in real life that you know, or like your online friends or whatever, it's just going to be shit. But if you're playing with them, it's going to be great. Cause it's like, yeah, look at that save, or you can like blow cars up if you like fucking ram into them at full speed and like boom, blow them away. It's like, yeah, I've just blew them away. It'd be funny to play with your friends, or it's funny to watch a YouTuber play it or a streamer play it because they're screaming and shouting as they're playing it and they're getting excited, and by proxy you get excited. But on your own, buying the game, I'd be wary. I mean, in the video I made, I said it is worth a punt. It is worth a punt if, like I do say, you've got friends who want to play it with you.
Yeah, it sounds like that same GTA 5 online problem where it's like if you're playing it with friends, it's like this is pretty damn funny.
It's so
this is
stupid.
Awesome. But then as soon as you try and play it by yourself, it's just nowhere near the same.
No, it tails off really quick, I think, and I think that's the only criticism I've got for it, because it's dead responsive and it looks great, and it's free on PSN as well, which I don't know. Bad. So you can't just grab it on PS4. And obviously, it's with controller as well. It even tells you when you load up the PC version, please use the controller. it just works better with the controller.
Yeah. I mean, if it's free on PSN, that'd be a good way to have a look at it, actually, thinking about it. Yeah. Well, something else I saw that the Tavern Brawl was updated on Hearthstone.
Oh, I played this, yeah.
Yeah. I played it. I played it yesterday. I had quite a few games.
Well, when I played it, it was a spider one, but I guess it's changed now.
Yeah, it's changed over and they've switched it, and I didn't know what it was until I opened it up, which is kind of one of the treats of it. It was just like, oh, it's been updated, I'll take a look. And what it is they've changed it so that when you play a spell, you get a minion, is how it works. So, but you don't really know what minion you're going to get, or at least I don't, because I'm not like a massive Hearthstone addict and I haven't gone and looked at the probability chances for what you're going to get for this and all that stuff. It's fun. It's interesting. Not interesting. It's fun. It's enjoyable. It's not. I actually.
You know what? Rob? Interesting is something critics will say when they've got nothing to say. So don't say it.
Yeah. No. I was actually going to say.
I do it though.
It's going to sound odd, but that time that was a genuine mistake, because I was going to say it's not actually that interesting. It's fun and it's enjoyable, but it feels really random, and it takes away actually the whole thing of building a deck, because the fact that you play a spell or a secret and you get a minion. I mean, on paper, that's like, oh, think of the possibilities. Well, the possibility is that you're going to play mage, or maybe rogue, maybe priest.
Paladin, probably.
Paladin. And that's
Shaman.
About it. Because
the list is getting larger.
But the thing is, it's like...
Warrior.
If you're going to...
Yeah, they've all got equal numbers of spells, I think.
They have, but it's what the spells do, isn't it? And how they interact with the other cards, like the minions and stuff. Like the warrior has got quite a few spells where it's like damage a minion and give it however much attack, or destroy a damaged minion. All this kind of stuff, which kind of relies on the synergy of building your deck around those spells to get maximum effectiveness.
Well, yeah, because you'd have like the Taskmaster in your deck, so you could slap people. Yeah.
If there's no point having minions in your deck, because every time you play a spell you get a minion.
Have all the spells, yeah. So mage.
Yeah. So it's like some classes I messed about with the warrior deck, and it was crap. And I was like, I did one game with it, and I was just like, this is just shit, because like none of these spells really work with the minions I'm getting, because it's having Mexna drop, the crazy spider woman the spider that poisons whatever attacks her, or whatever she attacks to kill it instantly.
Mexana, I don't know what her name is, whatever her name is. Yeah, she's
got no synergy with anything the warrior does. It's like she's just a card. Like there's literally no point having it in a warrior deck. So when you get it, it's like, all right, fine, whatever. Mage and priest were the two that I had the most success with, but mage felt cheap as hell. And this is another problem. Like if you want to win, then play mage. because Mage has got all of the most offensive spells. They've got all of the most crowd control spells. You know, there's so many that.
I know, but isn't the point of
freeze
this? It's
and-
just a stupid. I mean, when I played
It
the
is.
spider one, it was the spider thing was just all you got was spiders, right? And you
Yeah.
put them down. It had 1 health, 1 attack, but when it died, it summoned a random beast for you. So just you would like slaughter your spiders whatever way you could by
Yeah.
killing your own. I mean, I play as a mage, so I'm like killing my own spiders with the fucking fireball
Yeah, yeah.
and doing shit like that. And basically, who got the most beast cards and chuck them down would just win the game. And it was
Yeah.
like, I lost the first game, won the second one, then never played it again.
But the thing, this is the problem because it's just messing about. Like that's all it is. It's just messing about. It's just a bit of fun. But of all the games I played, I've got to say at least half of them were mages, and that takes away the fun because it takes away the kind of I don't know what's going to happen here because I knew what was going to happen here. Everything was going to get frozen over and over again, and then shot and then died, and they would end up with a ton of minions on the board. That's just how it was going to work. I think that's just a problem with when they give you the option to make your own deck. I don't know what they could do to change that because people are going to straight away find like the optimal deck for it, aren't they? Like if you go into Google now and search for
Hang on, you
Hearthstone,
can't make your own deck for it though, can you?
yeah, that's what this one is. You
Oh,
still
oh,
build your own
oh, so-
desk. You still build
Well, the
build
last
your
one
own
wasn't.
deck. Yeah, no, they just change it up. It's
Oh,
different stuff
right.
every time. But that
Oh,
means that, like-
that's where I'm getting confused because I'm just thinking you're just giving a random deck. What's he talking about? But yeah,
No, you actually construct it yourself, which means that now if you go on to Google and you look at like Tavern Brawl deck, there's a page, and at the top it's like this is the best mage deck for Tavern Brawl. Well, this is the best deck for Tavern Brawl, and it's the mage deck, which is just essentially all of the spells that the mage has. But that kind of, to me, takes away the point of the Tavern Brawl, because it's meant to be like that random kind of wacky, oh, you never know what's going to happen. But
they
as soon as
shouldn't
you
allow
see
you
a
to build
mage,
decks
it's
in
like
it. It's stupid
that
because
I
you
know
get
what's
free.
gonna happen.
You get a pack of cards, don't you, for winning it
Yeah,
once a week, like or whatever the hell it is.
yeah. So it's kind of open
yeah,
to
you're just
people
gonna-
just
yeah,
building
it's
an
gonna
optimal deck, which is the
turn
problem.
win
Which is
and then
part of
get
the
out.
problem where it becomes like not interesting because it's just like, oh, it's another mage. You know what's going to happen. You know it's going to play out, and it takes away the variety and the kind of wacky funness of it.
I know, but that's what the game's like. The variety. I mean, when I played it, I never really played it intensively, but when I played it, it was November last year when I played it for any kind of capacity for a while, and you'd know, oh, it's a hunter, here we go. Oh, it's a warlock, it's going to be zoo, and it was every single time.
Yeah.
I mean, all zoo was just loads of cheap warlock minions, and it was like, how do I deal with this? Well, I've just got to try and kill his minions as fast as possible. But that just relies on me getting a good card draw. I haven't got one, I'm dead. And it was
I guess
really
it's
frustrating. It was like, oh, here's a fucking miracle rogue. Oh, yet again. I know these are probably not viable builds anymore, but they were when I played it.
Yeah,
And
I guess it's an overall problem.
It's just
going to
be the same. The meta changes. It's like StarCraft 2 as well, isn't it? Where there's various builds people would do. Over
Yeah.
time, they change as new units come in or whatever, or new gameplay styles are found. But it's always the same thing. It's like, oh, here's a guy who just builds fucking Marines only because Marines are the answer to everything.
Yeah.
Wow. Just how competitive games go. Hearthstone isn't a competitive game as well. I hate to break this to people, but it isn't. Because a game with that much random... It's like Warhammer 40k and Warhammer. They are not competitive games. They've got too much fucking randomization in them. You can, to a point, guide it in one direction, can't you? But it still comes down to a randomized roll of the dice. It isn't nothing to do with your skill. It is if you're an idiot and move your models to some stupid... Like, oh, I'm going to fucking... I don't know, run my tactical squad into close combat with that fucking Knight Titan because that's a good idea. Yeah. No, that's stupid. Of course it's stupid. Like, Hearthstone is kind of the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because
the thing is,
at the highest level, you're going to get people who are good at the game and know what they're doing. But you still have to do what the cards... I'm trying to think of a way of explaining. You're held to ransom by the card draw. And if the card draw isn't good enough, then you lose. And I bet you the highest end competitions and all of that shit, those players are as good as each other because it just comes down to randomization. And the fact that some guy wins the tournament is random. It's not because he's a legend and he's better than the other guy. It's because it's random. And he got the card draw he needed. And then he's won the game.
This is the problem that I have.
How many times does it happen to you in the game where you get a card and you win the game and you piss yourself laughing? It's like, GG.
Yeah, but that's the problem that I have with Tavern Brawl mode in Hearthstone because it's like everything is random, and Tavern Brawl is kind of like it's all random, like it's all stupid. I know it's not a competitive game mode, and it's just like a bit of messing about, But if you're going to put something in that is
It doesn't have
specifically designed to
competitive
have
game
like
modes anyway.
to have like crazy results and stuff, then make it so that that mode has crazy results, and it's just like you can sit there and go, that was ridiculous. What the hell happened there?
Yeah.
Don't give people the option to create something that already abuses
I
that.
don't agree with that idea. With that they've just allowed you to fucking make your own deck. That's stupid.
I mean, in a
But
way,
then,
it's
like
kind
you
of
said, if it's
restrictive
supposed to
anyway,
be-
because you've got to, because it's just spells are like the whole basis of that tavern brawl. But on the other
Yeah.
hand, it's undeniable that for a mode like that, some classes are going to have it better than others. Like the paladin deck I built was just ridiculous because if you get the right combination of changing all minions' health to 1 and consecration, then I mean, I was one of those. I was fighting a mage, and they just spent all their like 10 out of 10 mana on just spells. The board just filled up. I just used 2 cards, and I just got rid of all of it straight away. And they were left with like an empty hand, and I still had all of my stuff. And it was like, that's not like that. I know it sounds stupid, but that is not what I thought Tavern Brawl
Equality
was.
consecration combo in it.
Yeah, I thought
But-
Tavern Brawl was like crazy wacky.
That's
That's not
actually-
crazy wacky. That's just standard play that you would find anyway.
I mean, I used to play the paladin the most, and that was the thing where you'd see it in your deck, and you knew you could just wipe everything out that they put down, and you'd let them put cards down. So that is tactical to a point, but you're still, oh yeah, I've got my equality and consecration, because you'd have 2 of each, obviously, so you could do it twice. But that's like your ultimate board clear, and you could really wreck people doing it. And
yeah. But in a mode like Tavern Brawl, it's like, why is that option even available? It's the whole point is just crazy stupidness. So why would you then give like just a standard play? Give the players an ability to just have standard plays like that. I don't know. It was enjoyable.
It's
but
just
I don't
like
think I'm gonna touch
Hearthstone
it
is
again.
just a game that you play. Like for me, it's just a game you play just to chill out, and it's fine and it's fun and it's great. It's never going to be. If you're playing it because you want to be the best at Hearthstone, well, you can probably get to rank 1 or whatever the hell it is with thousands of other people, and that's great. But that's like, it doesn't mean you're better than the guy. It means like, I mean, hell, remember when you said when you just had some bullshit spammy deck and you just walked up and trounced me, and I was like, well, goodbye then. There's always going to be that going on, and it's fun on the iPad though. I haven't played it on the iPhone yet. It's available on our phones, isn't it now?
I don't know how.
I think it is.
Surely that's it's a bit small for that. Just the screen on a phone would be a bit small for that.
It might have like a zoom in thing or something. I don't know. I mean, I've not played it on that, but it's good on the iPad.
Yeah, that's pretty much where I play it. If I do play it, I don't think I've played it on the PC for quite a while.
Because it's been quite a while since we actually did this. I've played quite a lot of games, really. I mean, Ark Survival Evolved. I'll talk about that. So this is. I don't like survival games because I know how they always turn out, because it is typical YouTuber bait as well, and you just see that the same old content on YouTube on it where people are getting murdered and it's funny and blah blah blah. This though, the idea of this is you are a guy who's like beamed onto some dinosaur infested land, and you just have to survive. So it's like Minecraft in a way, where you have to like, the first thing you do is you punch a tree. Or what you do in Minecraft, you punch a tree. I think to get wood, and then you build a pickaxe and you chop the floor. You pick up. I mean, it's more next gen, I guess, because like you can pick stuff off the floor, you can get stuff out of bushes, you can cut trees down, you can, and then like once you've got all the materials, you can start building stuff. Like so, you can build like loads of armor, clothes, like water flasks to keep yourself hydrated. Fires to cook your food on. There's like loads of stuff. Like then you can start building buildings. You can build them at different tiers. You can eventually build like iron buildings and stuff. Big thing with it though, you can tame dinosaurs. There's dinosaurs roaming around all over the place. I've never done this myself, but based on when I streamed it, the way to do this is to beat the shit out of a dinosaur until it's unconscious, and then you feed it, and you keep feeding it till it likes you enough to become your chum. There's a narc berry.
Out of it.
Yeah, you club it over the head. There's a berry you can get out of the bushes called the narc berry.
I like that.
I don't think it's called the narc berry, but I was calling it the narc berry. And it basically fucks them over, makes them more docile because they're all narked out. And then you just keep feeding them the food they like. The way to find out what food they like is to just give them a load of food and they'll just decide to eat what they like. Anyway, it becomes your chum. But this can take ages, bro. This, like, for shit dinosaurs, it can take like 45 minutes for this to happen, which is fine because you may have bashed it over the head by your house and you're doing all your survivally shit, because you've got to get your food. You've got to, you're making weapons. You're trying not to get killed by the players or massive Tyrannosaurus Rex is coming through and murdering you and God knows what. But I've spoke to people who've been playing the game quite a lot, and the whole point is to tame dinosaurs. And there's a lot of dinosaur killing which goes on when you log off, because when you log off the server, you become unconscious like you do in Rust. You just fall to the ground. So if you built a base and you're inside your base, now bases are solid. Like the walls take a hell of a lot of beating to get through. Even the crappy thatch walls do. But people can still get through. And if you're asleep in bed at night and trolls come along, because they do, griefers, kick your wall down, kill your dinosaurs and run off. You know, you might have dinosaurs that have took you days to capture there, and they're just gone. And it's like, it's really annoying. But that's what the game is. You know what I mean? Like, you're pulling the face that I'm thinking, this is why I don't play these games, because dickhead Bob can run around and just murder off my shit, and haha, it's so funny, trollolol. But I'm like, mate, I've just spent hours doing that. What the fuck?
Yeah, that just sounds like the opposite
and
of fun to me.
It's also just a complete kill-on-sight game, like DayZ.
Yeah, they all are, aren't they?
Because who's this guy? Because you can, if you throw a stone at somebody's head, you can knock them out. And if they're unconscious, you can drag them all over the place, and you can rob their shit and do what you like to them.
I just don't have the...
Graphically, it's impressive. It's a bit laggy, obviously. The performance is a bit shit because it's in early access, but
yeah,
it does have a lot of content to it. Like I said, the biggest issue with it is it's, unless you're going to play on a server which isn't a PvP server, which then kind of defeats the point of it, it's no longer really a survival game, you against people. Because all these survival games boil down to is you against people. Yeah. Nobody cares about going against the environment. You can start a tribe. I mean, I could go on there, get a unit loss tribe of people together, and then we could just go around killing other people and take their stuff. Like, you don't have to build shit. I could just murder you and take your shit, bloke, because that's how it works. That's fine. But what happens if you, like, I don't know. It's just like, I can't, like, I'm way above, well, not above, and that sounds elitist and totally like a dickhead comment, but I'm way beyond these games now, and I'm just like, I can't play them, because I know that all you're doing is, like, doing boring, mind-numbing, repetitive stuff. Because I got to a point, then I died. Yeah, it's funny on the stream, it's funny to watch me die, I'm laughing, but then I'm doing the same again. And then I might get slightly further this time, and then I randomly die of exhaustion or something.
Yeah.
Then I get a bit further, and then I meet some French guys who I try and rob because I'm just being a total dickhead, and they hunt me down and murder me, which they would do. And then it's like, oh yeah, that was funny. But then if I spent all day playing the game and built a really nice base and got dinosaurs, logged off, then logged back in, and found my base was in ruins, and I'd be like, what?
Well, it's like if I logged into GTA 5 and someone had literally stolen all my cars and I couldn't get them back, I'd be like, well, I'm just not going to play this game again. That would be it. That would be like, no, why? That's been a complete waste of time for me. So why should I bother? I think it takes
a special kind of person to want to keep repeatedly doing the same thing over and over again. Like, it's fine, I've lost it, but now I'll build it back. And for me, I'm just like, yeah, this is boring as shit. I don't want to build it back.
That's one of the big problems I have with DayZ. That's why I couldn't really. We played it on streaming and stuff and played it for videos, but I didn't play it by myself because it was like I would get so far and then something would happen and I'd die, and then
game. Yeah. But all it boiled down to that game, you just head to the airfields to get the best loot, and you knew that when you were getting close to them, there'd be somebody there waiting for you, and it was just like a game of cat and mouse, and you either died or you managed to kill them or managed to get in and get some guns and run off, and then you could do, I don't know, you could camp noobs as they spawned. They're funny for like emergent storytelling, but only when you're taking the piss. You can't play them seriously. Anyone playing them seriously, it's just, they're not serious games. These survival games, they're just not serious. And I get why Ark is so successful. It's sold 1 million copies, and yeah, I'm guessing a lot of that is to do with all the YouTube videos, all the streaming of the game, because then it's DayZ all over again, but just with dinosaurs and a crafting system, which DayZ doesn't really have a crafting system. It's like Rust. Rust is a better comparison, where Rust's got a full craft system where you can build a house and a base and everything. This is the same thing, but it's just the same as Rust, because Rust, you get to sleep, you're knocked out, and somebody could wreck your shit. So
yeah,
they're just not for me. They're the games that are just not for me, and it's like, well,
yeah, no, I'm very much the same. You had a lot more tolerance for DayZ than I did. You played it more than I did, but it was just,
I could get into it. No, I could get into the whole, like, I'm just on my own and I'm sort of like trying to survive. I could get into that aspect, but when you get killed for the 20th time, you just get bored, and it's like,
I feel like I need more of a. I think I just like need more of a goal for stuff like that. It's like setting yourself the goal of I need to get to the airfield to get a gun and get this and that and the other is fine, but then it's like I don't ever feel like there's a development of anything. It's just like everything is static, everything is pretty much the same, and the only difference is there might be a zombie there or a player there, and then you die, but then you're back to doing the same thing you were before. But there's just no continuation. It's just like okay, start again, and that's kind of just how it felt every time. And I don't know, I just don't have the.
I think it's the nature it can be forced upon you as well because you can just be murdered, like, and that's part of the games. Don't get me wrong, but.
Yeah.
When you don't expect it, it's frustrating, especially if you spent ages. I mean, I remember times of days where I've got like blood bags on me, loads of weapon components like M16s and fucking God knows what, whatever the assault rifle's called, and I'm really geared up, massive backpack, like military fucking body armor on, and God knows what, and then I'm just killed, and I'm just like, what? How has that happened? The game's buggy, so I've probably been killed by somebody I didn't see or something. But then it's like. I can only do that. I know I've got more of a tolerance for you than you, but I can only do it a bit, and then I just get bored. Like with Ark Survival Evolved, I don't think I'll play it again. Played it on the stream, and then I'm just like, I'm
it's like
I'm not going to run around collecting loads of shit for an hour, putting together a little base, getting all my food sorted, and then to be killed by a dinosaur accidentally, or to be killed by a guy who's just running through and chucked a spear at me, and it's gone in the back of my head and killed me.
Yeah, it's too much of like an instant cut off without any kind of reward. I think is the problem. It's like
it's a waste of time. I hate to say this as well because I know a lot of people enjoy these games, but to me they really seem like a waste of time. I'm not saying I need some sort of thing to measure my success in a game, like I've got to level 2 or I'm level 10 or something like that. They're just too repetitive for me. And you know what it's like? It's like playing an MMO and going from 1 to 10. Dying and then having to go from 1 to 10 again, then 1 to 10 again. I mean, you can play on Ark Survival Evolved. You can play on servers that are not hardcore, so your character remains. But when you die, you lose everything. But you still got your character's level, so you still have all of his recipes unlocked and stuff, which will save time. But you still need to go and collect all the resources again.
Yeah. Well, speaking of repetitive, I loaded up Diablo 3 again. I couldn't help myself. I wanted to take a look. There's been another patch. I didn't play it very often, but again, I've said this before. The way that Blizzard is still supporting that, and the way things are different every time I log in, I really like that. Like the last time I logged in, and this is only a small thing, but it's something that I noticed immediately. If you wanted to make gems, like you go to old covetous Shen in the corner there. You're like,
for your armor.
Yeah, Mr. Shen, I'd like to make a better gem out of these gems. Before, it was really infuriating because you had you can make a stack of 20, I don't know, Imperial, whatever it is. And then it counts down. So you make one, and then you make the second, and then you make the third, and then and if you're doing a massive batch of them, it's just mind-numbing. Like you end up tabbing out for 30 seconds, and then you go back, it's finished. Oh, I'll do the rest of them, brilliant. Tab out again. It doesn't do that now. I was like, okay, I can make 50 of these things. This is going to take fucking forever, but I'll just do a couple. I set it up to 4, and I said, yes, do it. And it just gave me them instantly. All of them. It just went, there you go, have them. Small, tiny change, but massive time saver. And then I sort of thought to myself, okay, well, I've done that. I've got all the sockets in my armor filled, brilliant. I'll do a rift. I haven't done a rift for ages. I'll take one of the rift keystone fragments, and I'll do that. So I open it up. I step through the rift, fully expecting to do that thing where you step through and then you press T and go back to the town and all the enemies spawn and you're not there, so it's fine. And then it didn't give me that either. It just put me straight in. It's like, okay, there you go, off you go. Run, do the thing. There's just little things that change in that game every time I load it up that make kind of, I guess, just the playing experience smoother. And I kind of like that because I know you could sort of say, well, yeah, they should be supporting it still. It's a big game for them. They're still earning money from it. But there's so many little minor details being done. Like at this point, take a look at things like, I don't know, say like Destiny, for example. People want more inventory space. They're not getting more inventory space. They want little quality of life changes, just tiny things that they're not going to get.
But that's you're not going to get that because like we said on Hotfix, that game is designed to make you throw loot away and get more loot, so they ain't going to give you more inventory. They're going to tell you to fuck off, basically. Diablo, it's undeniable that it's in a better state than it was.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right. I mean, I really enjoyed it last time I played it, which was ages ago. It was Reaper of Souls, but it was still, you could tell it was way better. That is a game which launched in the state it launched in was horrendous. The fucking whole real money market was horrendous, but they fixed it. So thanks for that, Blizzard. I still think it is quite amazing the level of support they give it, because it can't be. I know it does have a decent number of players, Diablo, but it can't be selling bucket loads of copies. You know,
No,
it's just like
not
you
now.
know,
It's too old. It's
no.
like, it's way too old. I mean, when was Reaper of Souls?
last year.
Yeah. So even Reaper of Souls is like a year, and it's only had the one expansion. So it's like it's not.
Well,
be...
yeah, I guess though, to be honest, they're working on the next expansion. When that comes out, they will get more money again. So
yeah,
it does make sense to keep updating the game because it's going to make them millions. But
there are big gaps between each, and they're kind of doing like I guess it's like
that's Blizzard though. You know,
they seem to be doing
Blizzard.
the big patch thing that World of Warcraft used to
have.
have.
I was about to. You say that, yeah. So I think it's 6.2 came out, and I think that's it. I think that is the end of patches for Warlords of Draenor. It's a one patch. Like you're going to expect people to play for like 6, 7, 8 months before they even tell you anything about the expansion.
It's stupid, isn't it? It's ridiculous. What? And this is the thing that kind of amazes me. World of Warcraft, that aspect of giving like these big patches that introduce new things has almost completely disappeared. They just stopped doing that now. Diablo 3,
they do it. They do big patches that introduce stuff, but they just don't do it enough.
Yeah. That's more fair.
WoW should have loads of shit. Like honestly, bloke, I can't imagine it's too difficult to design a dungeon for that game.
No.
No. Why are they not like every month there's a new dungeon or something or loads of shit? It just seems that they just do things which I mean the whole thing with WoW, the big talking point with that game at the moment is the Blight is coming back. Because they said you wouldn't be able to fly in Warlords of Draenor. Because flying is annoying because you just skip the content that we've made.
Yeah.
Makes sense. But now...
It made sense while leveling, but it don't make sense once you reach the level cap. It's just stupid, ain't it?
Yeah, so what they should have done, like you just hit the nail on the head, because I was going to say, what they should have done is restricted flying until level 100.
Yeah, that's what they
And then you could just buy it and fly. Because why do you want to keep running around slow as shit?
Skipping content you've already done.
And they've realised that now, yeah. And they're like, after their statement of there will be no flying in Draenor, now there is. And it's like, Blizzard are just like...
But it seems to be weird the way it's spread out. It's like World of Warcraft seems to be going like...
Well, you remember when Draenor came out? Me and you were like, shit, this looks amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
What happened to it?
We ain't playing it now. By contrast, I still load up Diablo 3 occasionally. And that's way older. That's like... I mean, when it comes down to stuff like patches as well, that's the thing as well. Like, I load up the game because I read that there was a patch a little while ago that made various changes. I was like, okay, I'll check it out. And as soon as I log into the game, someone messaged me and was like, this is a good time to start playing again. There's another patch coming in a couple of weeks where they're introducing.
Well, I think we've got quite an active little plan, or something.
Yeah. And like they were saying that you can disenchant legendary gear, but keep like I think it's stats or effects off it and apply it to other gear, so you can like super level other stuff. So like you get like
that's quite good.
Like a chest that's a bit crap stat wise, but it's got like a really good passive or something.
Yeah.
From what I understand, you can like rip the passive out of it, disenchant the actual piece of gear itself, and then stick it on another piece of gear. And it doesn't have to be the same piece of gear that it was.
Oh,
it can be just another piece of armor. Like stuff like that. They're still. I just like the fact that every time I log in, it's like this has changed. It's only small, but it's small but important. Like that's the kind of thing that I like to see on continued development of games, like continued support of games. I don't like games where it's just. Here we go, here's a brand new lump of DLC. Oh, by the way, we haven't fixed anything, but, fuck you, it's a brand new lump of DLC. Enjoy it. Stuff like that, it's like, you could say, well, they're getting content, but they're also not changing the game for the better. They're just giving you more of it. Whereas this kind of attitude for Diablo 3, I like that because it's like, you are getting more, but you're also getting little things that make it more enjoyable outside of just
why are they
content.
so screwed? I mean, like, I don't play WoW. I don't play it. I mean, I played, like I said, I got to level 100 with a warrior, and then I just stopped.
Yeah.
So I don't know what state it's in at the moment. But I really do not understand why they can be so different with different games. Like, why are they not constantly bringing content out for WoW? WoW, it makes them the most money out of anything. Why is it not like, guys, here's new content, here's another bit of new shit, here's some new gear, here's this, here's that.
Yeah.
People want grind. They want. There's not. Isn't there like 3 raid? Well, I'm going to Google this, so I'm not just shouting random shit around. How many raid instances in Warlords of Draenor? Now, I know they've brought back some of the old content you can run.
Yeah.
Like really old content, like Wrath of the Lich King and the Outland expansion.
See, honestly,
right. So
you can run Wrath of the Lich King content again. It makes me want to play it more than like wanting to see new stuff because I really like that expansion.
No, well, I remember playing it. Yeah. And like when the Argent Crusade popped up and all of that shit to do,
quality.
That was fun. You had like Ulduar, which was like a crazed raid. You had fucking go back even further. You've got like Karazhan. Ridiculous. Where has all this gone? Like they don't do that anymore. This they've got Blackrock Foundry, Highmoor. That's it.
How long? Wait, hang on a sec. How long has it been out now?
I think 6.2 raid, right? Oh no, hang on. Sorry, this is like from 2013. No, I know it doesn't have much content though, bloke. And what I would say is, if I'm a guy who's a raider, I'd be like, what the fuck? There's not enough stuff to do in this game. Yeah, if there were massive dungeons, like I know Ulduar was massive with shitloads of bosses in.
Didn't we run around that? Once we'd hit level 100, didn't we go back and have a look at some of the old...
Ulduar's massive. Yeah, it's that massive like Titan building.
Yeah, it was huge.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Where is all of this gone? Where in their design philosophy have they just gone, we're just going to have these little instances with a couple of bosses and yo.
But it's the same story with like StarCraft 2, arguably, as well, isn't it? Because it's like World of Warcraft has kind of tailed off. When you look at the list of features for like what they've done for each, each expansion and then patches, it's kind of fallen.
It kind of hasn't, but it has. Like, there's always loads of features, loads of new stuff, but then it's stuff you don't care about.
As much
like,
actual content.
Garrisons, great. Like in 6.2, your garrison can now have a shipyard, which you need a shipyard to get to Tanaan Jungle, which is a new zone, which should have been at launch, but they didn't have it finished. So that's the new, like, you go there and I think there's a new raid in there and, it's a new bit of whatever. But fact remains, I don't think that game would be much different for me right now if I started playing it. If I went back and I went into the Dungeon Finder, I'm still going to go through the same dungeons that I went through at launch, which I'd already been through all of them and was bored of them and did not want to do them again. If you put me on that fucking train one more time, I'm going to lose my shit.
That train can fuck off. It's even worse when it's like when you compare the instances that we did to the instances that we did when we ran.
Wrath was the best expansion, yeah.
It was by like you can't compare them. It's like the Culling of Strathhome with that fucking train instance. I mean, the Culling of Strathhome was a quality instance. Where was that? Where was anything like that in?
And what made that good was trying to do it fast. Remember for the. I know you can do that. I know there's like a speed thing. No, the Time Drake thing, the golden
Time
one.
Drake. Yeah, that was it. Did you get that in the end?
I think I did. Yeah,
I never got it. I
think it was something to do with speed, but like that made that interesting because you could really do it. Try and do it fast. I know there's like achievements and shit for doing these fast, but that was the way the instant was set up to do it fast. It wasn't like. I don't know. I just like listen. I don't feel like we're qualified to really talk that much about WoW in its current state because we've not played it. But I just think that magic of playing it in Wrath, where you did feel like you were in a different world and you were taking part in all these things, and you were, I think the fact that it was Arthas as the big baddie, did help a lot.
Yeah.
To suddenly just go to where it is now. I mean, I found it weird when you just killed Garrosh. It just died at the end of the at the end of the leveling process. Thrall just kills him. It's like,
yeah.
I thought he was going to be like a big fucking raid target, but he's just dead.
And the things, stuff like that, it's like they might think to themselves, "Oh, well, this is good for the story." It might be good for the story, but it's not good for the players.
Like it's Saragass or Saragass or somebody. He's the ultimate boss of the expansion. They just threw him in out of nowhere. Apparently, he's not even really anything to do with this. He's just there.
Weird. It's just weird
decisions. And
Gul'dan,
they thought it'd be Gul'dan because Gul'dan was like, he's the one who first drunk the juice.
Yeah.
And he went down Manor of Sadness path and all that. He's still alive, but at the end of it, No, it's not him. It's Sarg. I can't say his name. I think it's Sargeras. He's one of those fucking um Branai looking guys, like Master of the
Yeah,
Universe fellas.
He-Man, Master. Yeah,
He-Man!
it's just odd. It's just weird. It's like a. I think you're right. I don't think we can just sit there and go, "Oh yeah, it's a decline from what it was." But it for us, it has not been as good since Wrath for us personally. Like there might be people sitting there going, "Actually, Warlords is really good." It's not got that same magic it used to, for me anyway. Which is why I don't play it anymore. Bro, we got to level 100, we did instances, and then it was like, yeah, no, I'm not feeling it. And I didn't get the hunger for loot either.
Oh, hang on, it might be Kill Jadine. I've got confused actually. No, it's not him. He's like, nah, Ian. I think it's but yeah, like I think the game just it does lose its I think a lot of it's just come down with time as well, like how much you've played the game and all the different games you've played since then. You just sort of like, what the hell is this? But it's still, our points do remain. Why are they not? Like, what drew us back with Warlords of Draenor was like, look, guys, we're going to take it back to the period of time when the lore was amazing.
Yeah.
Because we knew the lore was amazing for Wrath of the Lich King. We knew it was shit for Cataclysm, and it was shit for Mr. fucking Pandaland. So what we're going to do is bring it back to the way it was. And we get off, we go through the Dark Portal again. Shit in hell, this is like going to Outland again. Oh my god, this is great. Look at this massive battle. Gone through this quest, this is quality. Ooh, we've been given a little garrison. This little base operations, great. Now off we go to do quests. We're going through the world. I did every zone, did all the quests. Well, not did all the quests, but did them all to level 100. Right, into the dungeon finder. I was disappointed at the loot because it was just shared loot across everything. Then I'm back at my garrison and I'm sending my guys off on missions. I'm spending thousands to upgrade my garrison to the best I could make it at the time. I slowly started to just log in to look at my garrison. Realized everything was in my garrison. Didn't even have to leave it. I was on my own. I stopped playing the game.
Yeah. Yeah, it was that. I think it was pretty much the same for me. It was when something that really made me realise that I felt kind of isolated playing an MMO was when I was sat there and I was looking at my barracks and I was like, I should go to Ogrimmar.
And isolation in an MMO is bad.
Yeah, like I miss when we used to just sit in Ogrimmar and look at people and go, fucking hell, look at his gear, that's quality. I just, you can't do that in the fucking barracks. There's literally nothing to look at because it's just you standing there by yourself, and that's it. And it's like, well, great. I'm not feeling it.
I've got an itch that does need scratching, and it is an MMO itch. I mean, when I spoke about that Final Fantasy game, I get this every now and again where I want to just piss around on an MMO, and I'm feeling like it's probably going to be Star Wars: The Old Republic for some reason that I'll dick about on. Probably because I've been playing a bit of Star Wars games, but I don't think it'll last very long. Actually, I did turn on my 7-day trial. Well, from World of Warcraft, they emailed me and said, "Here's a 7-day pass. Come and check out the changes." I turned it on, but I haven't even logged into the game, and this was about 3 days ago, so that's running out quick.
Running out of time. I don't know if you really just mess about an MMO anymore. I don't know if you can. This is what puts me, because I kind of like, we played World of Warcraft a lot, and so it's like occasionally I'm like, maybe good to have a game like a game where I can go back and something like that. But then
I think it's because I've got nobody to play it with. That's the problem. Like I like the idea of playing them, but then it's like when I log in and I'm like, I'm just on my own really. I'm playing an MMO on my own, and then I just log off. I think that's what happens to me. I think it's just that it's the sort of like the romantic idea of this. Wow, I'm in this big community thing, and it's like, well, you're not really. No guild. There's nobody. It's just Sty.
In the barracks, all alone.
But I have to, admit, there's been times where I have sat down and I've just started a new character on WoW and just played it to level 10, 15 or something, and just then been like, I always like the dwarf start area for whatever reason. Don't know why.
I don't think I could go. The thing is, I don't think I could go back to a full MMO anyway. Like, even if I had the urge to probably do it, it's like it's just too. I know it sounds like weird, but there's just too many other games to play, and I already feel like I don't play games all the way through anywhere near as much as I used to, and I want to try and change that. Let alone try and maintain a character where there's a constant gear progression. I mean, in a way, messing about in Diablo 3 is kind of pointless for me. I only do it because it's relaxing and I enjoy it. But at the same time, I'm not going to have the same gear progression as somebody who plays it every day. But I've kind of got a few characters where I can mess about on any of the torment levels, and so it's just like, I'll mess about half an hour and see what happens. Yeah, you can't do that in an MMO. The only way to really...
Yeah, well, I don't know. You kind of could, I suppose, in WoW, if you logged in a high-level character and just jumped into a dungeon, did a few. You are messing about, but I don't know. I just think it is this romantic idea. I mean, it's worse for me because of how I played EverQuest 2 as I did, and I've always been like, that's always been the best gaming experience, and I've always wanted to somehow recapture that somehow, and it's like I've never really done that, and I don't think I ever will. Unless something amazing happens, which I guess could happen.
Never know. Star Citizen might come out. You play that all the time.
No, because we'll just get comments off people saying we're fucking retards for spouting the same old crap everyone spouts, which there's probably a reason why everyone spouts that.
Well,
so yeah. What else did I ever play on? I messed around on Prison Architect, but I don't really have got much to report on that. I played a game called Traverser, which is a nice little physics-based puzzler, which isn't out yet, I don't think. I think it comes out tomorrow or today or something like that. I'm not sure. That would be from Saturday as well.
Yeah.
Armored Warfare, I played that a little bit last night. After I ruined my eye, I thought I'd give this a game. I played one game because what I'm trying to do is unlock the Chieftain.
Oh, nice.
Tier 5, because it looks pretty good and I'm pretty close to it. I've got my T64 out and I got like 5 kills, which is like mega. Jesus. And I was like, I'm amazed at this game. I was lucky, you know, just when like a lot of shots are lining up for me, I'm just like,
yeah.
But I've got to be honest, I haven't been playing that as much. A game I do want to play though is World of Warships, because it's in open beta now. And that's something I probably will stream. I would say later on today, but then that's not right because it's recorded on Friday. But all of this means basically if you're listening to this or watching Pubcast on Saturday and there was no stream on Friday, it's because I blinded myself with a contact lens.
And if you want
I hate them.
I'm dreading going back next week, but I'm still going to go back because I'm not having glasses. I'm sick of glasses.
No, I'm not having them. Fuck them, Blake. That's what I say. So yeah, and apart from that, I guess really the only other thing I played was Batman, but I didn't really play it because it was a bag of shit.
Well, I've downloaded that now, but I don't.
Did I tell you? Warner Brothers emailed me, bloke, and said don't play the PC version. Here, have the PS4 version instead.
That's bollocks. What the fuck? Don't report on this broken piece of crap. Play the one that isn't broken so that it makes it look better than it is. Yeah, cheers, Warner. We'll do that.
Because it's better, isn't it? The PS4 version. It is better. It's got better. All the effects are way better. But it's locked at 30 FPS, bloke. I can't accept that. No.
How do you even do that? How do you make the PS4 version better than the... Mind you, I'm assuming
I think there's a thing when games are designed. Well, when games are designed for a certain target frame rate, certain things don't work when the frame rate's increased. And I think that's what makes it difficult.
Well, that's what happened with, was it Need for Speed Rivals?
Yeah,
that was locked
like
to 30 FPS,
yeah.
And if you changed it, then the car's physics were all fucked because of the...
Yeah. So probably what's happened is the primary platforms for development are the consoles for Batman. Even though the game's obviously developed on PC, but when they're all targeting 30 FPS, can't release a PC game at 30 FPS.
Yeah.
So then they're like, well, we need to somehow get it fixed, and that's why I think it's in such a shit state. But that game, where is that game? Top of the UK sales charts, top of the chart here, top of the chart there. You know, it's done well.
It's not top
done
of
the best
Steam
of any Batman game. No, but it doesn't really matter, Steam, when you've been
raking it in from the console versions. And the problem with that is, it's like we could sit here and be like, oh, this is bullshit that the console version is selling so well. But the fact is, the console versions work. Like, hate on the game what you like, but the people playing on console are actually playing the game. But
it doesn't work in an acceptable way, though. This is the problem. It works at 30 FPS. It's all right if you're a console pleb, but not if you want to play it at a high FPS. I mean, there's no way on this planet I'm going to play a game on my console when I've got it on my PC, and it should run faster than 30 FPS, and it doesn't. That's what the whole disaster's about with that game. But yes, Mr. Kirioth, I think that is everything I've played. I'm waiting for Age of Sigmar box set to arrive.
Oh yeah, we need to.
I don't know when that. It says the 11th pre-order. I don't know if that means it'll be here.
Received it. People have already got it. So I'm assuming it's going to arrive
Tomorrow, maybe. Well, like on
tomorrow, which
Saturday,
we
today.
today. But this is getting confusing. This is
Well, on the 11th, let's say.
because they tend to ship it out to arrive on the day it's released, don't they? So
I can't remember. I don't think I've ever actually. Oh no, I ordered Execution Force. I remember.
yeah, I mean, I got my Space Marines Codex the day the Codex was released, so it was shipped to me the day before, and then it arrived on the day that it was officially released. And I mean, I ordered that from a different retailer. I got from Element Games, not from Games Workshop.
Oh, maybe I should have gone for that because I didn't go for them because I went for Games Workshop thinking I want it because what I want to do is just stream painting some of the models like as soon as I get it. But
well, I have to admit, I wasn't expecting to receive the Codex until like a couple of days later. I wasn't expecting to receive it when I did. But from what I've seen on Twitter, people have already got Age of Sigmar, a few of them anyway. So it looks like they've probably been
Have you
sent
seen
out.
some of the battle reports and some of the stuff that's been on like mini wargaming? I mean, I don't like mini wargaming that much, but they were showing some stuff off with it and it looked dodgy. But I think it's because they're like min maxers and they're going like, this doesn't work because of this and that. Like they gave an example and said, look, this guy's got like 10 cavalry or something, and cavalry was just butchering everything. But it's like, yeah, but I don't know. I think it's a difficult game to balance, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's the problem is that Games
I think the
Workshop
box
hasn't
set will
really...
be balanced. The Sigmar guys against that'll probably work okay.
Yeah, I think that'll probably be fine.
But then after that,
well, we'll find out, won't we? But it's
hopefully, yeah.
I don't know. It looks interesting because I've seen the problem is the main problem with Age of Sigmar is it's trying to find a reasonable like opinion based in experience among all of the hate. Because let's face it, people have lost their shit over this. Like Naftka has been borderline unreadable in the comments recently. If you go to the Warhammer subreddit again, it's all over the place. Bolter and Chainsaw all over. I get that people are upset because obviously they've lost Warhammer Fantasy Battle. New people can't buy it. The rules are gone. People keep saying, "Oh, you can keep playing it," and you can if you've got the rules, but they're not selling the rules anymore, and they're not selling the old codexes anymore. So, they can't get new people in, and I get that they're upset because it's been changed. But I'm sorry, but if the 13% figure that I've seen floating around is anything to go by, nobody was buying Warhammer Fantasy Battle. No one was buying it. I mean, 13% of Games Workshop's overall revenue is nothing. We said
that on Hotfix, didn't we? Like, I mean, it's just shit. But I mean, I'm interested to see how this plays. Like I said, I do think it is going to be balanced of what's in the box because I think, to be honest, they're equivalent units, really.
Yeah, it looks
both
like
the same. Like
it looks like the big blob of Khorne guys because I think is it 20 or so in one of the War Scrolls. There's like a blob of
it's
like cultists. But
it
looks they're like making up for how many there are with slightly weaker stats. But I think they get a bonus from something else I've seen somewhere. It's going to be interesting. I like the fact as well that it looks like all the models in that box are new as well, which is kind of.
Oh, they are, yeah.
So the fact that they're obviously really committed to it because they've got a brand new race effectively with the Stormcast Eternals, and then they've got the all the new models for the Khorne guys. Stuff for actual Warhammer Fantasy. If you go on the Games Workshop site, a lot of stuff is being taken out. Like models are just disappearing because they're going to produce new stuff. There's like 3 months worth of releases coming out for ages.
I know this maybe not a lot of you guys out there really understand what we're talking about now, but it's like maybe it opens your eyes, I don't know, to it. But yeah, I mean, when I seen what those mini wargaming guys were doing, they were just like, I think it was Vampire. No, it was Skaven against elves.
Yeah.
But they said vampire counts are just OP because they're like everyone brings that goddamn Nagesh fucking king of the undead or whatever his name is.
What was it?
The big guy.
Yeah, and Blood Knights was the one they had a massive problem with. They were like, oh, every game we had, they just charged in and they killed the entire enemy army. It's like, and I'm taking 10 of them and they're just killing everything. And it's like, well, one of the things it says in the rules is talk with your opponent and work out like what looks like it's going to be a fun battle. So
they came up with some massive convoluted way of trying to give units points. It was like, we'll take their leadership, divide it, we'll take their bravery, we'll divide it by this, we'll add it to this, then we'll times it by the number of models, and then we'll get this. And it's like,
yeah, and then for like monstrous creatures and siege engines, it was like take this convoluted method and then double the points result at the end. And then at the end of the battle report, they go, that seemed to work really well. And I was just thinking, what?
I didn't understand it.
Okay. It's going to be interesting though. I think it's going to be good fun to play it. From what I've seen, like people have said they've played it, and and they've enjoyed it. So, to be honest, I don't plan on attending many tournaments for Age of Sigmar or anything else. So, if it's fun to play and the models are decent, then count me in. Guess we'll find out soon. Well, that, I reckon, is the end of the, the Erotic 8th Pubcast, which has been...
Erotically,
highly
erotic.
The highly erotic... That will be the title that you will see above the video.
Highly erotic? Oh,
and you'll only understand it at the very end of the show. Because that's just how we roll. If you want to support Pubcast, as always, there's a linky up there, and there's a linky down there, which is funded through the Hotfix Patreon. So, if you're already a supporter, thank you. And if you're not and you want to, then that's how you do it. Go to the Patreon and fill in the things and do the thing. And we will see you for the next Pubcast next week.
Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen. I'm off to put my eye in.
Enjoy your eye. Oh, I've interrupted my rimmer hand.